name is Jemima Nakassanje Triumphed. I am a mother of two, and I am a married woman. But most importantly, I am an endo and endometriosis warrior. August last year, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. I started experiencing these symptoms at around 12-11 years. I started my periods very, very early, but they were very painful from the word go, and they were very long. Every time the period would come, I would faint because of pain. I would have a lot of blood. I would have, many times the doctors would tell me I have anemia, but none of them could actually tell me where the problem was.
Now, inside there, the womb is lined with a thin lining of tissue, what I could call a skin. This is a temporary skin. It forms every month. Now, by design, by normal design, that tissue is only supposed to be inside the womb only, so that the bleeding is from inside. Now, in endometriosis, tissues which are similar to this develop in other parts of the body. They will be on the surface of the ovary, they can be on top of the womb, they can be on the surface of the tubes, anywhere inside it can. Even in some of them, we have seen it on the skin. Now, what happens is this tissue responds to hormones the same way as the tissue that lines the inside of the womb, called endometrium.
When we get married, we think everything is okay until after 2 years, and we don't see a baby. Now we are ready to have a baby, but I seemed not to be getting pregnant. That's when now I realize probably something is not okay. So the doctor that I saw in 2018, early 2018, then that said you could be having a condition called endometriosis. I go to Dr. Mark and he does his tests. He did his exams, and he told me, he asked me, do you want to have children? And I told him, yes, I would love to have children. And he told me, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to have children naturally, because the disease has eaten up your system so bad that you will not be able to conceive. The whole passage where the egg and everything would pass is a bit destroyed. But he told me, you can have a chance with IVF. So I worked with that doctor, and God helped me. My first try of IVF, I was able to have my twins.
If it is near the tube, you bleed there, you have scars, then you can get blockage of the tubes because of the scarring. But you also have an accompanying pain around the periods. Very, very severe pain, which keeps on getting worse every other period. Some people are very, very unlucky, and it develops in the lungs. Now, when it is in the lungs, those are the people who bleed in the chest. Every month they are bleeding. So if somebody, for example, is developing cough around their periods, or is having difficult breathing around their periods, they could be having endometriosis of the chest. It can develop anywhere. Some people have it around the navel, and each time, like a swelling, each time they go through their period, the swelling becomes bigger. Or they even bleed from the umbilicus as well. So endometriosis is an enigmatic disease. It can affect any part of the body.
What I can say is that this journey is a very hard journey, very draining emotionally, physically, and financially. I would encourage each and every one of us, the endo warriors, to not give up. In the small capacity that you can, seek treatment.
We commonly see it showing up as a disease among people who are within the reproductive age. This is mainly because they are the ones who have changing levels of the hormones. And it is the changing level of the hormones which makes these endometriosis sites to bleed. So if your hormones, if you're already in the menopause time, then your hormones are not changing, so you will not have the symptoms. There are some reports of them showing in even children who have just been born. So yes, so that's why when a girl first gets her periods and the period is very painful, she must be assessed because it could be endometriosis.
And for anyone out there that has a lot of pain, most especially the young children at school. If someone had reached out to me at 12 years, I would have been helped. But what I know is that there is hope. There are so many ladies that have endometriosis and have been written off as barren or not able to have kids at all. And yet I know from my story that there is hope.